Hello again everyone, this is Atram, and today I'm going to go through building an EDH deck. So, first and foremost, I've decided that I really want to try doing a Karn EDH deck online. I had an idea for a Karn EDH deck offline, but I never got to finalize it into a deck offline. So I'm going to see if I can finalize it into a deck online. So we're just going to I'm going to use my other version as a template and just kind of go from there. So I'm just pulling that up in the background. Alright. So one thing I had wanted to try doing was doing a deck that was full of Arcbound creatures. So we'll start off by typing in Arcbound, finding what all there was. So even though a number of them aren't very useful for the majority of the deck, I'd like to try doing them. And now, I mean, clearly we won't play Arcbound Wanderer because we're going to have all colorless lands, so he's kind of useless. But we will put in every other Arcbound creature into this deck. And that's including a Ravager, which is going to be unfortunately expensive, but that's life. So that gives us a solid little base to our creatures. And let's see what else we'd want. So clearly we want things that do degenerate stuff, as EDH is well known for. So we'll go for your good old Wormcoil engine. We'll go ahead and pick up Mycosynth Golem while we're at it, just because it's always fun to have everything in your deck all your creatures cost 0 by the end of everything. Mycosynth Lattice, since it's showing up right there. What other creatures do we want? Let's see here. Steel Overseer's a really good one because, well, he's just awesome in this kind of deck. Steel Hellkite, really good. Wow, I'm just using my offline or my other template here. So, and I typed in the right way. That pulled up everything that's Dark Steel, which is good. I mean, I'll need them. So, well, I won't need all of them, but I'll need enough of the Dark Steel item. Let's see here. I don't know if we'll need Dark Steel Plate. Sculpting Steel is always awesome. Did that grab? I think. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. For some reason, this isn't sorted by converted mana cost. Don't know why. Anyways, Steel Overseer. And did I already grab Steel Hellkite? I did not. Steel Hellkite too, while we're at it. Wait, no, I already grabbed Steel Overseer. That's what it was. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. So then, another really good one is Shimmermere, just because always nice to be able to flash in everything. What else do I have on my list? Scarecrow. Scarecrow's a cool guy because, well, yeah. We'll pull him up here. So it allows you to sack Scarecrows to draw cards, which we're not really going to be using Scarecrows. But I'm more interested in the secondary effect where we can return our dead artifact creatures to the battlefield. So that's definitely one that we're going to bring in here. I'm always a fan of a Mere Battlesphere. It's just another giant creature that can just win things and comes out of nowhere, especially if we can land something crazy like our Mycosynth Golem. So that's always a good idea. Let's see, what other degenerate stuff should we put in here? Kadoltha Forge Master. Kadoltha. Did I spell that right? I did not. Ugh. How do you spell that? K-U-L-D. Kadoltha. That. There we go. Kadoltha Forge Master. Let's see. Now this is a neat one. I saw Jehora's Toolbox, which is kind of cool because it just lets you regenerate all of your artifact creatures for 2 mana apiece. Jehora's Time Bound. Just target permanent controller suspended. Time counter. You may remove time counters or add time counters. Yeah, I don't care about that at all. Oh, Yes, because degeneracy and everything, right? Blightsteel Colossus. Gotta love a good old Blightsteel Colossus to the win. Duplicant's a good removal guy, since one thing we're going to be missing out on is a lot of quality removal. Deathmask Duplicant. Find a creature from your graveyard. I don't think that's too helpful for us because a lot of our creatures don't have the right kinds of effects for this kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll just kind of ignore that for right now. And let's see here. What's next? What should we get to next? Okay. So, Mere Welder is another good one. He can give us the activated effects of all of our guys. I don't know how many activated effects we're going to end up with. Steel Overseer, Jehora's Toolbox, Scarecrow, Kadoltha Forge Master, Steel Hellkite. Yeah, there's enough that I'm willing to look into it. So we'll just type in mirror, get what we want from that. Why is that showing up under mirror? Whatever. I must be picking up some combo of lettering. Wow, a lot of these things are picking up a combo of lettering. Alright, anyways, enough of that. No, we don't care about that. Already got one of those. Don't need that. Nope. Could be interesting, but no. 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 Yes, I do want a Mirror Retriever. Be kind of funny to try to cast a Mirror Superior, but I couldn't. Mirror Welder is a good one. So yeah, that gives us a few additional good options. So we're up to 24 creatures right now. Now if we want to do some degenerate stuff with our general, Voltaic Construct is just crazy in that regard, because especially if once I put in things like Doubling Cube or Thron Dynamo, you can tap Thron Dynamo for 3, use Karn, make it a guy, untap Thron Dynamo, tap it for 3, untap, get infinite mana. So things like that are just always worthwhile to consider, just because of how nuts they can be. Are there any other creatures I want? What's junk? Nope, not gonna get that one. Can we grab a Lodestone Golem? I'll grab Lodestone Golem. And I will grab Golem Artisan. So let's type in Golem. Okay, let's see here. Nope. No, unless we want a Darksteel Colossus, but I don't think we need that. There's the Golem Artisan. And there's the Lodestone Golem. So there you go. There's a few extra golems. Yeah, I would grab Solemn, but Solemn's basically useless to us. I can't remember. I think Thundering Titan's actually banned in EDH, or if it's not, it's one of those things that probably should be. So do we need Precursor Golem? Nah, we're fine. Okay, so we got 27 creatures, which is a sizable chunk of creatures. 30 of our non-land cards. I'm just going to pull that off to the side. It's already been decided, so that works out fine for me. So then we're going to look at some other options that do crazy little things like Batter Skull, of course, because that card is just ridiculous. Blink Moth Urn. I've always loved that card. It's crazy. There we go. One more turn. Especially in this deck, it just gets really crazy. Crucible Worlds. Because we'll end up putting Strip Mine and stuff like that in this deck, and, well, yeah, apparently I'm just going to be an evil douche like that for the case of this, so, whatever. I mean, I'll play the deck for a while, and then if I get tired of it beating everyone to crap, or getting beat to crap with it, then we'll figure it out from there. Druidic Satchel. Yes, I like Druidic Satchel. That's good. Because it can ramp us in a deck which has no ability to ramp whatsoever. Oh, Mirrorworks. Mirrorworks. That's always a fun card. Okay. Mox Opal, because clearly I'm just gonna throw in every awesome thing I can find. So we need some ways to also draw more cards and to deal with stuff. So I'm a fan of my Lightning Greaves that I picked up the other deck. So we'll grab the Lightning Greaves. That helps protect our stuff. But some ways to destroy things that I had found previously that I liked. Lux Cannon works out pretty well in this deck, I think. What else do we have? Howling Mine could help out a lot. So we'll grab a Howling Mine. Never Disc. That card's always good. Oblivion Stone also helps us a lot too. Oblivion Stone. There we go. Now we got an O Stone. Some things that I need to get that I hadn't had before, and did I grab a Sensei's Divining Top yet? I don't think I did. I need to grab a Sensei's Divining Top. A Scroll Rack, because we're just going with everything that's just powerful apparently these days. So Scroll Rack, I think I grabbed a Soul Ring already, but I have to double check that. Yeah, I grabbed a Soul Ring. Okay, cool. So we're at 45 so far. What other good options were there? Alright, the Thrawn Dynamo. That's just good for making billions of mana. Let's see here. Vildaken Orrery. So Vildaken Orrery. Which Shackles is useless to us, unfortunately. Trading Post. That was a fun option I had at one point. Trading Post. Let's see what else here. Well of Knowledge. Oh, I liked that one. Well of Knowledge was a cool one that I found during my research. And I typed it wrong. Oh, duh. It's not well knowledge, it's well of knowledge. There we go. So that's a fun one. You can just pay 2 to draw a card during your draw step, which if we're able to produce infinite mana at any given point, we just go draw as many cards as we want, move on, keep doing that each turn, and we'll be in great shape. A good old Voltaic key helps a lot. Voltaic. Okay. Yes, Voltaic key. Okay, what else? Did I grab an Unwinding Clock yet? I did not. Unwinding Clock is good for this deck. It's basically going to be your Prophet of Curfix and or whatever you want to go with. Seedborn Muse. Let's see here. So right now we're at 51. We have a little playroom still, right? Yeah, because we're going to want in this deck basically 39-40 lands again. So we want to get pretty much 60 cards in the main board. What other options are there? Do I have any ways to... Now, with trading posts, I can use things like Spine of Ishaw, which works out nicely. So I'll grab one of those, because that's also a just good removal. Just type in Spine. I don't know what I want. So Spine of Ishaw. How degenerate do I want to go? I need to get a Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye, because that's just going to help me. But the question is, do I want to use Mind Slaver as well? And I really don't, but I'll use it because it's a good card. It's one of those things which just makes me kind of go, ugh, am I really doing that? Yeah? Alright. Dreamstone Hedron's a good one because it gives you mana and you can sack it for cards at some point. Let's see. What swords did I pick up for my other deck? Let's see. We're just gonna go with the ones I got here. So two of the better ones. There you go. So we have 3 more cards left. 2 to 3 more cards. I'm going to say, curious how cheap I can pick up a Mana Vault online. That one's, I mean, I'm not going to try for a Mana Crypt because I'm just going to expect that a Mana Crypt is way out of my price range. So, let's see here. I'll grab a version that I'm likely to be able to find on that one. Well, I really don't know what else I need. I already grabbed Taking Orrery. Let's see what I missed that was on my personal list. Okay, I actually kind of like that one. Ring of 3 Wishes. Because it's a search function for us, and it's something that after a while we can always sack it to something and then bring it back with like Trading Post or something like that. So it's not a bad card. What other option did we have? Oh, that was the last good one that I wanted. Prototype Portal. Because that card's pretty good. So right now we have our 60 colorless cards. Now we have to figure out our mana base, which is a mess. Luckily, as I said, I've tried to make this deck before, so hopefully it won't be too bad to get together. For my mana, we'll just go alphabetically, and I'm going to have to split screen this because otherwise it's going to take me forever to try to find all these lands that I had figured out previously. So I'll just see if I can find. There we go. Much better. So starting off, Ancient Tomb, always a good one. I put in Arena because it allows me to make up creatures fight, which is useful in the deck, which has no real easy way to deal with stuff. Blasted Landscape, Blinkmoth Nexus, Blinkmoth Well. Pretty reasonable just to kind of go down through the list and find whatever you can that's colorless and just go with that. Don't think Cathedral of War is too good for us. Cavern of Souls is useless. City of Brass, City of Shadows, City of Traders is probably far too expensive online. We won't bother grabbing that. Cloud Post is nice. We can technically use Command Tower, but we don't really want to bother with it if we can afford not to. Crystal Vein is a good one. If you can afford it, go for a Dark Depths. We'll see how expensive it is online. I'll try it. I already grabbed a Darksteel Citadel, so that's nothing to worry about. Desert. I guess I already have a promo desert from something. I think they were just giving them away at some point. Dust Bowl. Where's Dust Bowl? Oh, must be after this. Dread Statuary is a good one. A man land for you. There's Dust Bowl. Let's see here. I put in Encroaching Wastes. Now, if I was going with some Eldrazi, maybe I should put in some Eldrazi. I will come back to we'll put in Eldrazi Temple, and I might actually go ahead and put in like an Ulamog and some other Eldrazi, just because, even though they don't fit with the fact that everything else is artifacts, some Eldrazi are good to have at the high end. I'll put the Eldrazi Temple in. Might take it out if I opt not to go with the Eldrazi route. What's next on the list? Now, if I do Eldrazi, I have Ugin, which actually I'll probably do anyways, because it allows me to search for colorless creatures, even though it costs 7. You can search up all your stuff like Wormcoil Engine, Steel Hellkite, all that stuff. Let's see what was next on the list. Ghost Quarter. I don't really want Gargoyle Castle. It's not a very good land in this case. Ghost Quarter, Glimmer Post, Glimmer Void. That has a neat little effect with Dust Bowl and Crucible Worlds. You can keep stacking it to Dust Bowl and then bringing it back with Crucible Worlds to restack it to keep blowing up their lands. That's an interesting option. Hall of Bandit. That's going to be a little further down. Give all your guys haste when they come in. High Market. Some of these are going to be kind of expensive, so we'll have to figure that one out as we come through everything. I'll probably have to sell off the other deck. But that's neither here nor there. Inkmoth Nexus. Maze of Ith. Because everyone loves a good Maze of Ith, right? They don't. They really don't. But, Maze of Ith. Why not? Mikakoro. Mikakoro. Yeah. Myron's a good one. Mistress Factory, which I think Mistress Workshop is banned in EDH. I'm gonna double check that though. I'm fairly certain it's banned in EDH. If it's not, it's worth probably far more than I'm willing to afford, but let's just double check it. I'm 99.9% certain that thing is banned in EDH. It is not. Really? Wonder how many hundreds of dollars that thing goes for online. Alright, we'll grab it. I'm not going to say that's going to do great for us, and I'm not going to say that I'm going to keep it by any stretch of the imagination. But, we'll temporarily put a Mishra's Workshop into the list. Go from there. Mutavault, currently worth far more than I'm probably willing to do on an individual land, but we'll figure it all out as it comes to fruition now, won't we? Oval Palace is kind of cool for us because it just allows us to make Karn freaking huge. Phyrexis Core is good, gives us a sack outlet. Springjack Pasture. Oh wait, first off, Quicksand. Then Springjack Pasture. Do I need a Reliquary Tower? Yeah, I did. Okay. Somehow I'm just kind of skipping things in my list. I don't know quite how. Rogue's Passage is good. Sheet Port, I wish, but again, I'll put it in the list temporarily. It'll probably get taken out. That card's also expensive. There's a trend among all these colorless lands that they tend to be pretty expensive if you don't already have them. But we will figure it out as we go along, as I said. So, yeah. There's the Springjack pasture. Somehow I've already started to run out of cards, so I'll probably have to cut one or two of the lands I picked, which will be nice because I can cut some of the more expensive ones. I need a strip mine. I need to have a door tech edge. Yes, I need a tech edge, a temple of the false god, and I need a full set of Urzatrar because that just helps us out a lot with this deck. So I have 5 lands to cut now. I'm probably going to cut the Dark Depths because I'm not really going to look for any of the copy lands. I'm going to cut the Rashidan Port. I'm going to cut the... Where is it? We're going to cut the the Eldrazi Temple. Not due to expense, but due to the fact that I'm not running Eldrazi. We will cut... Where is it? Where is it? Probably Mishra's Workshop after I double check just how expensive that crazy card is. I will double check it first though. I'm betting it's insanely expensive, but we'll know soon enough. Mishra's Workshop. Huh, it's actually only 31 tickets. I say that. I guess with a little bit of irony in my voice because 31 tickets is pretty dang expensive, but it'd be worth looking into grabbing. I'll consider it still. I mean, I'll get to sell off the Jace that I have in the other deck, so maybe I'll take Mishra's Workshop, cut the Mutavault, because Mutavault's just expensive because it's standard. So we'll cut the Mutavault. We'll keep the Mishra's Workshop. And then for our last land cut, we will cut one of our lands that just doesn't act like a land, probably. I'm kind of debating if it's the Eye of Ugin, but I like the Eye of Ugin because it finds all our creatures at some point. I think the card to cut will be... Where is it? Mazabeth. Because, well, we should have enough creatures and whatnot to keep us going pretty steadily. So, here's the deck. And I'm going to now take all of my time to build this deck, and then I will start actually showing videos of it. So, I'm going to post this video here, and then once I get the deck built, I'll work on getting a game or two going with it, and then I'll post a video of that. Alright, see you all later.